Hey guys, Steven Dar here with Rockstar Marketing. This video is about the difference between businesses that really have the ability and the potential to scale and leverage their marketing and their sales versus those that can't, meaning they're always stuck on that hamster wheel where it's usually the business owner, the entrepreneur, like you, who is stuck in a position of always having to come up with that next thing. Maybe like you're on the launch loop where you always need to figure out the next thing to put out there and create some momentum and some excitement around a event or an offering, or you just are always having to be on social media, usually like your organic profile, publishing stuff, engaging, and kind of playing that game to get interest and stay top of mind and have conversations and bring people in to your programs, your services, your offers. And so the question is your content an asset or is it just a commodity? So let's think about the difference. A commodity is something that gets used once and then its value is kind of done. It's churned and burned. An asset is something that holds its value, that continually provides something and can be used over and over to reliably create a result or solve a problem or do something that is worthy. Um, and so a lot of times what people have been doing is they're stuck in the attractive side of organic marketing where it's personal and personable. There is the good amount of engagement and it's free. But what happens is if you post some piece of content, especially if it's really good, it's going to be on the organic feed for a day, 2 days, maybe 3 days if it's a really hot post. And then it's kind of gone forever. Maybe someone comes across you or thinks about you, goes to your profile, and goes down your history and reads some of your legacy older content. But the odds of that are pretty low, and that's really the only access point, as opposed to people who find really like winning posts, maybe like some sort of like everlasting ad that continues to reliably generate new leads or reliably, for lack of a better word, indoctrinate or educate or illuminate, rather, would probably be better words, showing people who are in your audience more of who you are and what you're about and your expertise and undeniable proof of your ability to get a result or solve a problem. So what happens is if you are stuck and are really focusing on the organic strategy, you're required to continually generate these commodity style pieces of content. And that's really the main driver, or a main driver, probably along with referrals and past business and some networking, that is the driver of your new leads and your sales. Now, you may have seen from me now a decent number of videos where I've paid to show them to you. And yeah, it's cutting into my profit margins a little bit, not a ton. And I've got videos on pricing strategy where you can really be pretty profitable with this type of system. But I really create these things once. I put them into a system, and then I trust that the people who come through them are going to get value from it. They're going to see me. I could go on vacation for a month straight and not touch a computer, and people are going to be going through my nurturing sequence. They're going to be seeing these things, and it's just this assembly line. People are going through it regularly, and yes, I had to plan and create the content, but probably for you, there's a lot of joy in it. For me, I actually like sharing this stuff and I like getting in front of the camera and sharing what I've learned over the last 10 years. And it feels even better knowing that it's an asset that, not everything I create's great. Not everything's a hit. Even the Beatles had some songs that sucked. But I'm working towards and intending to create these assets every time I step in front of the camera or every time I sit down to write. And I have that much more energy for it, that much more excitement and juice to put into the creation because I have a high degree of confidence that it's going to be something that's going to serve me and my business and that I'm going to pay to promote it. It's going to get out there and be seen. It's going to regularly be something that gives value to other people who watch it and learn something or enriched or get a new insight or open their mindset into a different possibility for them in their business, and then returns that value back to my business by having people want to work with me or partner with me, or just there's a ton of invisible ROI involved in giving this content and paying and standing behind it and saying this is really good and valuable, so that I'm willing to put value in the terms of economic energy, money behind this message and share it with people that I think would get something from it, right? And so the level of relationship, the level of just being seen and heard and understood, and like kind of carving a place out in your market or your niche or your industry, or within the circles that you want to have a bigger impact or create, you know, bigger things with the people that you used to dream about, right? Like the people that you hold in your eyes as mentors and idols, and like I still do, and now they're relating more to me as peer, and like more mutual respect, as opposed to they were out there doing their thing and shining bright, and I was just kind of sitting back and consuming it. And I still like their stuff, but I've just kind of gone in the arena. If you're familiar with that Teddy Roosevelt quote, putting myself out there, and instead of just passively consuming stuff and getting better and smarter and learning and assimilating it into my craft. And for the clients I've worked with for the last couple of years and gotten some great results. But it's another thing entirely to choose to flip and go into creator mode too. So that was a bit of a tangent, but I think it will actually ultimately hold you to a really high standard for the content that you create, and you don't need to create as much. It's really about quality over quantity, especially if you build maybe like one really good asset a week, every other week, and not needing to post all the time, but really focusing on these great things that go deep, that really target the pain points, that speak to the desires of your potential clients. And when you put it into the system where these people are now being served, and you have say over when and where and how and what format, how many times, and being able to just paint this picture for them that you have such great domain level expertise, that you are well versed in the problem, that you know so much, you can articulate it better than them, you can show them maybe a little bit of what they couldn't see, maybe like the shadow or like the root causes underneath why what was happening in their life or their health or their business or their relationship was happening. And as these assets get rolled out, they go to work and provide a return. And so taking all of these content assets and putting into the system that I'm describing, like an automatic omnipresent system, so to speak, is what I do. It's really the only service that I offer right now. I've dialed it in. I think that I've got it to a spot where we can pretty reliably take someone who already has created a lot of good content, but be able to put it into the system, turn it into an asset that continually works for them, take some of the pressure off them to always having to be creating new and staying top of mind and playing the organic game and posting a lot, and letting this do a lot of that work for them. So when they create new content, like they're excited and they're reinvigorated and energized, and maybe sometimes it's just about going back and updating and polishing some of their best stuff in the past, as opposed to coming up with brand new gems and home runs. So there's a lot of ways to really get to the end result. It depends on where you're at, how much content you've created, if you still feel aligned with your past messages, things like that. But when you kind of see the path that if you keep playing the commodity game, it will always be incumbent on you, or you'll need to hire somebody to always be creating this commodity style content, when really there's relief and there's a better way, and there's an actual like business and a system that can reliably produce a result through creating assets. And once you have built enough assets, you'll probably always want to be creating new content just to keep things fresh and to challenge yourself to keep showing up, and to force yourself to think deeply about things and stay on the cutting edge and all that. But you could eventually see how you could build yourself out of a lot of the marketing and the sales part of your business, which is a very time consuming and obviously a very important sector of your business. So if you do have dreams about ever not having to work nearly as many hours, or being able to invest some money into a profitable ad system to return not just clients, but great clients who have seen all your content, who understand who you are, what you're about, what your value. So it makes your sales calls easier. They just see you, they've seen you, and they understand what you bring to the table. And so it really creates some of your best possible clients, right? Like kind of your dream soulmate level clients who get you and they feel like you get them. So if this is something that you want to have built in your business, or at the very least have a discussion and see if it is the right time to do this, you can send me an email at shine@rockstar.marketing and two A's in star, and we can have that conversation. I'm excited to helping you shine, helping you illuminate your message, and really, take a step closer to having a business that really serves you and the lifestyle that you want for yourself, and isn't as demanding of your time and your energy to keep going and to being able to serve people. And so, yeah, send me that email, shine at rockstar, two A's, dot marketing, and we'll talk soon.